Good morning, everybody. At least it's morning here. Hayden's going to tell me if I have the phone set up okay. And I know it takes a couple minutes. Oh, I forgot to put my other lipstick on. Takes a couple minutes for me to show up here. So today, yay, she says I'm on there. Am I in the right direction? All right. So today's live video, and thank you for all the questions. I want to get to them sometime in the future. I may have to up this to 2 videos a week answering questions. We are going to answer Pam's question, she said, I've been boosting Facebook ads this season, mostly for chicken sales and turkey reservations, and see no real results. A few post likes, fewer page likes, even fewer email signups, and 0 conversions to sale. I'd like to know what kinds of ads work best and reach the most people likely to A, recognize their need for my product, and B, act on the ad. Thanks. So Pam, thanks for asking the question. Also, I want to forewarn you, Pam, I'm going to talk to you during this video and use your page kind of as an example. Please don't take it as I'm picking on you, because pretty much no farmer out there is doing Facebook right. So I'm talking to you, but it applies to everyone. And if you have questions too, know that this is a live video, so you can chat down below with us. I've got my daughter Hayden over there watching questions, so if I get on a roll talking and miss them, she'll point them out that they're there. If you're watching, click like on this video so that I can see there are people out there. I can see Lori McAllister is watching. Yay, thank you. That's great. So let's talk about Facebook. Pam, your question is loaded. Actually, there are hours and hours and hours of training in your question, so I won't be able to thoroughly teach you how to do all of that today. But I'm going to attempt. And also, everyone who's joining us, know that you can go back and watch this video later. I just started. We're talking about Facebook, and this video will be posted on our page permanently in the files section. So what you all need to understand about Facebook is, number one, kind of a mindset or how you think about Facebook. It is not a place for you to build a huge business selling your products. It's not going to work that way, and it was never meant to work that way. A little history on Facebook. It was started years ago, and before there were so many people on it today, you could put an ad on Facebook, and if you had, say, 500 people like your business page, well then almost all 500 people, the ad showed up in their feed. And people were building multi-million-dollar businesses on Facebook. But back in 2009, which is now 7 years ago, Facebook discovered, people are building all these businesses on Facebook. They're making millions of dollars. We need a cut of that. And number two, Facebook was growing, and the audience was growing, and they did not like seeing ads all the time. Facebook is supposed to be a social network where they jump on there and connect with friends, and they read gossip about, they see what their neighbors are doing and who got divorced and who had another baby. And when their feed started getting filled up with ads, people were complaining. But there are billions of users on Facebook, so it's still something you want to embrace. You just have to know how it works. Also, I see a lot of people say, oh, I'm so frustrated with Facebook. Well, don't be frustrated with it because you're not selling or able to build your business off of it, because that's not what it's meant for. But you can work the system a little bit to make it help you out. It's more intended for social proof. So how does all that play in? The other thing about Facebook is it is something you need to do secondary to building your email list. So if you don't have a really engaged email list that you are emailing once a month at the very least year-round, preferably twice a month year-round, then drop all the time and energy you're spending on Facebook and go work on that list, because you can get that up and running very quickly with lots of free tools. We have free videos teaching you how to do that. Your focus needs to be there, because you only build relationship with people through consistent, regular communication, and that will never happen on Facebook. If you have, again, for even numbers, say 1,000 people like your Facebook page, only 6%, 8%, maybe 10% of the people who like your page will ever have one of your posts show up in their feed. Whereas if you email them, 100% of the people will see that email in their inbox, and a certain percentage of them will open it. In our case, it hovers around 40% depending on the topic. So I'm getting 400 people or more out of 1,000 open my email and read it versus 60 people see a post I put on Facebook. And it's different people every time. It's not even the same 60 people. So you might have someone see your farm Facebook page in their feed every few months, or twice, 2 times right in a row, and then not for many months. And you cannot build relationship that way. So your goal with Facebook is not to, I know, Pam, you're looking for the magic, perfect Facebook ad to sell all your chickens. That does not exist. Your goal with Facebook is to get those people to click on your website and sign up for your email list so that you can start building relationship with them. And again, this is hours and hours of training. We have a program coming out in just a couple weeks that will teach you more about how to do this, and it is hours and hours of training. But we have a lot of free tools on our website that will help you. And Hayden will put the links in the comment section below. So if you have not focused on building your email list yet, that's where you need to start. And then focus on Facebook only after your email list is engaged and active and making you lots of money, because you're not going to do that on Facebook. All right, so then let's say you do have a very active, engaged email list. Then what you need to do is your Facebook page needs to not be all about sales. Yes, you're running a business on Facebook, so you would think, well, of course it's about sales. But when I look at your page, for instance, Pam, on Facebook, every single post you have up is selling something. You need to come from, and I know I'm talking to you, Pam, but I'm speaking to everyone, so you're not on the spot. Everybody, each of us needs to come from a place of giving on Facebook. How can we give? And what I see on your page and other farmers' page is take. It's like, buy my chickens, buy my turkeys, buy my milk, buy my beef, buy our vegetables, buy our eggs. It's all about selling and none of it about relationship building or social media. So therefore, the people who do like your page know that your page is all about advertising. They get bored, they get disengaged. The fewer people who like your posts, then the fewer times your posts will actually show. So then your engagement and your reach, it's called reach. How many people your ad reaches, that's called reach. Your reach will continue declining because everything on your Facebook page is about sales. So don't waste money boosting an ad, number one, until your email list is really active. Number two, your posts need to be more engaging. You know what works best on our Facebook page is pictures of baby animals. So we had a hen hatch 14 chicks last week, and we put videos and pictures of them walking around the yard. And we're not selling a thing in those ads. We're not trying to sell a thing. We are simply giving to we're giving inspirational pictures and videos to our people that like our Facebook page, and they love that. Or if we have a baby cow, oh my gosh, there's nothing more engaging on our page, our Facebook page, than when we have a baby cow born and we have pictures of him nursing or video of him nursing. So take advantage of your farm animals. Also, children get really good engagement. So I'll put pictures of my 9-year-old out with the horses, but people don't want to see my 23-year-old out with the animals. So if you have little kids or grandkids or kids visiting the farm, pictures of them doing things on the farm on Facebook will get more engagement than pictures of an adult doing something on Facebook. So let's see, that's it. You have to come from a place of giving. So if I look at your Facebook page, I would like to see an ad for something for sale maybe one time a month, and 3 or 4 times a week, I want to see posts on your page that are giving to people. On my Facebook page, and you need to have a Facebook marketing plan, just like you need to have a marketing plan in general for your farm. So you have your overall big marketing plan, which we teach in our courses, and it keeps you on track and it works and it sells your stuff. You have to have an overall plan, and then part of that overall plan is your Facebook marketing plan. My Facebook marketing plan, for instance, really short, and we do go into this in our courses in depth, includes a schedule. Like, we post every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have pre-planned posts, which you could pre-schedule in Facebook. Monday is, help me out, Hayden, we post...
behind the scenes on the farm.
Yeah, we try to post on Monday behind the scenes on the farm. So that's where it might be the baby chicks that were born, or it might be me bringing the milk cows in to be milked, and it was a beautiful sunrise, and we captured a picture of that. And again, this is pre-scheduled, so it's a picture we took last month. Wednesdays, we click to a blog post, and I'm making this up, it might not be the exact days, but we click to a blog post, for instance, that I wrote in the past, maybe cooking, how to carve a chicken, and there's instructions on that. And so I have a beautiful picture on there, and I talk about the blog post, and then they can click on that, go to the website, learn how to carve a chicken. By the way, while they're there, they're going to sign up for our email list and get on there, and then I start building a relationship with them. So I'm giving them a recipe, I'm giving them instructions on Wednesday. Monday is inspirational, Wednesday, giving them a tool, a recipe. Friday, we often do a quote or a share. Like if some great new article comes out that talks about, well, maybe it's controversial. So maybe it's an article about, raw milk heals ear infections. I might share some research done on that on Friday. So as you can see, I have a very focused plan that Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's that. And then the days in between that, I might pop on there and do a live video. So the other day I was making pickles in my kitchen, and I just said, hey, Hayden, grab your phone and pop it on our farm Facebook page and take a video of me making these pickles. And our customers were watching, and then I would say something like, hey, if you just click in the link here, hop over to the blog and get the pickle recipe, you can do this too. And we were just having fun, and it's very engaging, and people are liking it as we go. So that's happening in between our very well-planned Facebook plan. And then maybe once a month, I will have a post on there, like you've got for your Thanksgiving turkeys. I will have one post that says, what might it say? Thanksgiving...
reserve now.
Yeah, reserve your Thanksgiving turkey now. I'm telling them what to do. That's called a call to action. That's only once a month. And again, the whole idea behind these ads is not to sell a turkey, but to get them over to our website, to click and sign up for our email list so I can start building a relationship with them. And this works. So therefore, you also need more people on your Facebook page too that are very engaged. So if I were you, Pam, I wouldn't put any ads up for a long time, because you need to start back from square one and get people engaged. You need to be putting funny things up there. Oh, you know what works great? Joel Salatin quotes. We'll put a picture of Joel Salatin saying some quote about farming, and we'll get, one time we got like 1,200 likes on that quote. It's really amazing. So it's funny what a picture of Joel Salatin saying a quote on your Facebook page will do for engagement. So you need to really focus on putting up some things that are going to get your customers interested, and not the same thing. So I see pictures of turkeys and eggs over and over on your page, and chicken. Do some more interesting pictures of, you have one here of hay wagons, which is good. It shows some interest on the farm and some meat. But when we're on a farm, we have so many opportunities. I want a wide variety of things. A picture of a giant slug. Oh my gosh, we have huge giant slugs in Oregon. So for me, it would be funny to put a giant slug picture and say, oh my gosh, look what I found when I went out to milk the cows this morning. And, that would be interesting. People would go, ooh, gross. That's all engagement. So your goal, again, is not to sell, but it's to build engagement. Because the more people that like your posts, then when you finally get ready to place an ad 2 or 3 months from now, that ad will be shown to more people. So you've got to build your engagement first. And then when you place an ad, it will, and you have 100 people liking some of your pictures and posts and quotes and things, your ad will be shown to that many more people. Because right now, your ad is probably, your ad for turkeys, it's just, let's see, I'm trying to see how many people like your page. It's just being shown to a small percentage of the people that like your page. So you've got to build that fun engagement first. I would make sure every post has a picture. It looks like you do, but people don't want to sit there and read just text. So even if you're just saying something like, I don't know, we bought it, whatever it is, just make sure there's a picture attached to it of something on the farm. I would also say put more thought into your photos. This is everybody. Make sure you can see them, that they aren't really dark or far away. You can take the picture on your iPhone, but just put more thought into it. You know, there's free things online, free video tutorials, people telling you how to take better pictures. I read up on those. I have studied other people's food photography pictures so that when I take a picture of our chicken, it looks better than what I used to do. So get better at taking photos. The other thing I want to point out is, Pam, you have an ad on your page for Excalibur food dehydrators, and I'm not sure if maybe you get a commission on that or why you have that on there, but you're sending people off your Facebook page when you do that. You're sending them away. So they're going to click away and they have no reason to come back to your page. So until you have a very engaged Facebook page, I would also avoid advertising other people's products, because you've worked really hard for the people who like your page. You've worked hard to get them. So keep them on your page and keep your page about you. Personalize it a little, make it funny. If it's your 25th wedding anniversary, put a picture of you and your husband and say it's our anniversary today, because people, that will help build engagement and build relationship. But again, one of your main reasons for having this Facebook page is to get those people on your email list. So you've got to have something clicking over to get them to click over to your website and get on that list. Okay, I see Shauna's question. I seriously need help in the photo department. Any tips on your favorite tutorials for people who don't love photography, like just down and dirty tips? Down and dirty tips, get down. Most people take their pictures from up way too high. Get down and close up. So when I'm taking a picture of our chicken, our hen and baby chicks, I'm like laying on my belly on the dirt, getting manure all over me to get that picture of her. So get down on the level of the children or the animals. That's one down and dirty. What else?
Natural light, not fake light.
Natural light, not fake light. So when I'm taking a picture of our milk or food or something, I take it outside in the shade to get better lighting. Natural light is way better than a lamp, because a lamp shines from up above and then you have these terrible shadows down below. So take whatever it is outside. Or if it's a bad weather day, I will put the food on the floor in front of our glass door where the natural light is shining in, because light from a cloudy, dark day is still better than the light from inside. Tutorials. You know what I can't think of a tutorial off the top of my head, but you know what I like to do? I go to Instagram, I look at another farm who's doing a really fabulous job, and I study their picture and I try to recreate it. The other thing that I've done this year is I've hired a professional photographer to come out once a quarter and he spends 3 hours once a quarter taking pictures of our farm, and then I have about 100 pictures for the next 3 months until he comes back that I can use. So you're probably not to that point yet, but you will get to a point when you learn marketing like we teach it here. You will be making more money and you'll be able to do that. And then I don't have to worry about lugging a camera out to the barn or pulling out my iPhone and risk dropping it in the water trough, which I've done. I've got that in there. And I actually trade him, so he gets some money, and I've traded him for some product too. And so maybe you can find a professional photographer who will trade for some beef. Oh, I did that last year. I traded a quarter beef for a photo session with Brian Rupp. So maybe you can trade some product with a professional photographer, because what works for us is to schedule a day where we get all our photos done on that day for 3 months. And then every day I don't wake up thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to put on Facebook today? So go ahead and do that. And then, oh yeah, Miriam Montalvo asked, what if you have a YouTube channel with your farm and educational material? Can you share that as well? Yes, absolutely. If you've got stuff elsewhere on the internet, share that on your Facebook page. I just like to spread it out so it's not the same thing. So don't share a YouTube video every day, but like I said, do a quote with a cool picture one day, do a recipe the next day, share your YouTube video the next day, share the baby calf. So you've got a variety of things. So we don't go to your Facebook page and see the same pictures of turkeys week after week after week because you're trying to sell your turkeys. Okay, thank you, Shauna, for summarizing that. That's great. Awesome. Thank you. I so appreciate it. And any other questions, keep them coming, because I'm going to look at my notes and make sure. Oh, so another big thing on Facebook is Facebook knows if you are actively trying to sell something. So if your ad says, buy our chickens, Facebook is not going to show it to as many people. And the text on the ad, you have to have, a picture has to be 80%, text has to be 20% or less. So if you have a picture of a chicken and it's covered with text, it's going to be declined, or if it barely makes it in there, it's not going to be shown to as many people. So you really need to learn how to create better ads. And we go through that in our course. We have a section on that, correct? What's the matter?
Yeah. Is
Okay.
it showing up to people?
Can
you ask Shauna to...
Can you guys still see the video? Because Hayden lost it here. I want to make sure that I'm still on. So just making sure you guys can still see this. Yes, somebody liked it, so I think they're still seeing the video. So I'll just keep on talking. Good. Let's see. Okay, good. Thank you, Shauna. So I was on the style of an ad. So if your ad blatantly says buy and you're blatantly selling something, it's going to not be shown to people. So what I do is I get around that by writing a blog post. It's over on my website, and it might be about it might have a recipe in it on how to barbecue a fresh chicken, and that recipe is on there. And then in my blog post on the website, it says we will have our chickens available Wednesday, show up between 2 and 4 to pick them up fresh. My ad for Facebook is not going to say, come to our farm on Wednesday and buy fresh chickens between 2 and 4. The ad on Facebook is going to say, free tutorial on how to cook the most amazing barbecued chicken ever. And they're going to pop over to the website and then see that, wow, what a great recipe. And they have chicken for sale. And boy, I'm having a craving for it now because I read this recipe, and they're going to come out and buy. So that's how we get it around that. And it's very, very beneficial. It works really great. So less ads that blatantly say, buy our product, and more ads that subtly let them know that you have that for sale. Even I use this when advertising raw milk used to be illegal in Oregon up until last year. So I'd put a pretty picture of our Jersey cow on there and say, wow, this girl gave 5 gallons of milk today. I can't believe it. She's utterly bursting at the seams, or something funny like that. I'm not advertising raw milk, yet everybody knew we had raw milk, and they would email me and say, or they'd message me on Facebook and say, oh my gosh, can I come buy some raw milk? So you have to be subtle about that on Facebook, because Facebook is very careful to make sure that their users are getting what they want, which is stories and relationship and fun stuff, and not getting advertised to. And then the way to be able to reach them more and advertise more to them is to have lots of engagement on your Facebook page. Another thing you're missing, Pam, is a call to action on your ads. When you do finally put an ad up there, it needs to say, buy now, click here to reserve a turkey, click here to read the recipe on our website. You have to tell people what to do. If you don't, they're not going to do anything. They're going to see your ad and move right on by. The only way you're going to be able to have your ads shown to someone in the future is to create engagement. And the only way you'll create engagement is by telling people to like our page, click on the ad, and only tell them one. So every post you put up should have one call to action, not 5. I don't want you to say, click here to read the recipe on our website, click here to like our Facebook page, click here to get on our email list, and click here to see our chicken prices. You can't have that in an ad or people will do nothing. So have one call to action in there. Any more questions about Facebook? Go ahead and bring them up because I'm going to see. Okay, so there are some complicated things you can do that I can't get into here. There's an ads manager that we use. And some of that training is in our course too, but there is a way to target your ads to a custom audience, but you need to build that custom audience through people on your Facebook page clicking over to your website first, and you need to have an email list. So in the future, when you have a very active email list, then spending $20 on an ad might help you. Let's see what else we have them there. Oh, some controversial things are good. People use social media to show the world their values and beliefs. So you want to be, you don't want to be too controversial, but it's okay to post things up there about, vote no on this GMO law to show people what you believe in. So it's okay to do that. And I'm reading my notes. So if it's something that your people who like your page strongly believe in, then they're going to share that too. So I get very opinionated on Facebook. I've had to teach myself to be more opinionated on Facebook just to get my posts shared. So what are some things I've said?
Well, you posted a raw milk study.
Yeah, so...
Or the diapers, poultry workers wearing diapers.
Yeah, so I've posted some things about, in the big, huge factories where they process tens of thousands of chickens, hundreds of thousands of chickens. There was an article recently about factory workers wearing diapers because they weren't giving them a break during the day to go to the restroom. And there's so many more horrific stories than that. It goes on and on. But on my personal Facebook page, I wouldn't post something like that because I don't, I want my friends to I want to be friends with them. But on your business page, to create more engagement, you can put some things up there that are a little controversial and say, if this makes you angry, share this post now. There's your call to action. And it doesn't have to be angry. It can be whatever. So keep that in mind, that if you have a very strong value, a very strong belief, go ahead and post a picture or something and state your strong belief and tell people, if you believe this too, share this now.
That Joel Salatin quote where he's like, if you think cancer is expensive.
Oh, yes.
Or if you think organic food is expensive.
So Joel Salatin had this quote we shared and said, if you think organic food is expensive, have you priced the cost of cancer lately? Now, that's kind of controversial. It really gets people thinking, and we got a whole bunch of likes on that. So look for some quotes like that out there that you might not be so bold as to share on your personal page, but do that on your business page if you believe that. Now, you might think, and Miriam, I see your question, I'll get to that. You might think that you're going to turn people off, but we go into this very in-depth in my course, that your ideal customer, you're sharing things that your ideal customer will appreciate too. So if you turn people off by your quote that says, have you priced the cost of cancer lately, then those aren't your ideal customers to begin with if you had already determined that your crowd would like those quotes. So you need to share things that you know your ideal customer will like. So, in our course, we spend 2 or 3 hours with you in worksheets delving into who your ideal customer is. Then it's very easy to build your marketing plan when you know who you're marketing to. So keep that in mind, that you want to choose quotes that you know your ideal customer will love. The other thing I just mentioned that I want to make sure you're not doing is some people have not created a business page for their farm yet. They're posting things on their personal page. You're going to get shut down eventually. So if you're posting things on your personal page of buy our chickens because you haven't taken the time to create that Facebook business page, just do so. It's free. It's against Facebook rules to promote a business on your personal page. So don't be doing that. And my friends on Facebook, are usually like my high school friends and my college friends from 30 years ago. They aren't our ideal customer. Those are, people I grew up with. Those aren't people I'm actively marketing to on my business page. So I don't even share those things on my personal page ever. I don't know that I've ever shared any. I don't advertise turkeys for sale on my personal page because those aren't my ideal customers. Those are on my farm page. So just know that it's against Facebook rules to share things you're selling on your personal page. All right, and make sure I covered everything on there. Okay, so let me get to Miriam's question. So you suggest to also use Facebook as your voice in why you are farming or what you believe. Absolutely. People are on Facebook for personal connection. If all I see are generic ads and I can't get an idea who Miriam is by looking at her Facebook page, I'm not going to be attracted to that. So if I, and just as an example, I have people call me and show up at our store all the time and say, oh my gosh, I looked at your Facebook page and I feel like I know you, because looking at my Facebook page, they know what I believe. They know some of my personality. They know who my kids are. They know, my son's in the military. There are so many things they know about me, and that is a good thing because people buy based on connection and trust with you. So absolutely use your own voice on your Facebook page. Even if you're a big farm, I don't think we have a lot of really big ones in here, but if you're a huge corporation, I suggest that you still have one, put some personal stuff in there too. So I don't think that applies to any of us really. But yes, put your personal voice on there as long as it aligns with your ideal customer. So if you've identified your ideal customer you're marketing to, and put the parts of your personal voice on there that relate to that. Does that make sense, Miriam? And Pam. Okay, Pam, any tips for timing posts to get wider reach, which we need to achieve engagement on a post? Some not ad, non-selling posts from midday have reached only 10% of my page likes. So, I'm going to check in with Hayden here on this.
You can go into your insights and figure out when people are on Facebook.
Okay. So technically, yes, you can. But that doesn't work. So you can go into your insights on your Facebook page. If you click around on there, you'll see where that is, and you can see when the most people are online. But it doesn't really work. What we find, we schedule ours for morning. They're all scheduled for the morning, and we get great engagement. So it's far more important to... my phone rang. Okay, hopefully you can see me now. That was a call from Hawaii. How fun. Maybe it's someone offering me a free trip. I should have answered it, but no, I won't. So it's more important to not worry about the technical stuff like getting the time of day right, but Pam, focus on getting some pictures up there and make it easy for you so that you do it at least 3 times a week like we talked about, and they're in the spirit of giving, not taking. We schedule ours automatically to be posted at about 8 a.m. or 10, somewhere between 8 and 10 a.m. We get great engagement. So I would not worry so much about the time of day. My insights for my Facebook page say a lot of people are online in the evening, but our posts we put up in the evening don't get that much engagement. So it makes me think that in the evening when people are on, maybe they're reading news, maybe they're playing games, maybe they're in the chat, I don't know. But I just find that I think if you just plan years ahead to go between 8 and 10 a.m., you're going to do great. Because I don't know if this is fact, but psychologically, I think people get up and check their Facebook in the morning. It's one of the first few things they do. Yeah, okay, good. It is. It is a proven fact. So I go for morning. I think that's a great idea. All right. And any other questions? We've been on the line here for about 35 minutes. So if there's, one thing I didn't talk about is ask questions on Facebook. That will engage people. Again, if you're just shoving out to them, buy our stuff, they don't need to engage. They don't want to engage. But ask questions on there. So Hayden had this rooster attacking her at the farm store. And so one day she put a little video of him on our Facebook page, on our farm page, and said, "This rooster is attacking me and he's drawing blood. What can I do?" And it was so funny, the things people said. Some people had actually really good tips, and they took it very seriously because we were going to shoot him or whatever. We knew what we were going to do, but we did that purposely to get engagement, and we did. And people had all these great ideas about what to do with this crazy rooster, and it was really funny, and they were chatting with each other in there. So ask some questions, not boring questions, not yes/no questions, but crazy questions like that, or gosh, I'm trying to think of what else could be up there. But if you form some of your statements and beliefs in questions, you will get more engagement that way.
What are you cooking for dinner tonight?
Yeah. What are you cooking for dinner tonight? Hayden suggested. I don't know. I never answer those. I would want a more controversial question like the rooster.
People want to share advice.
Oh yeah, people love sharing advice with you. So. And you could say something on Facebook like, "Gosh, I made my favorite ferment recipe and it has all these blue mold on it. 3 days later, what did I do wrong? Do you ever get mold on your recipe or on your ferments or on your yogurt or whatever?" And get people engaged that way. So asking some questions. Another thing might be, since it's turkey season, or getting to be for us pre-orders too, is do you brine your turkey or not? Or do you smoke your turkey? Do you deep fry your turkey? Ask that. Not because you, gosh, I don't want to say you don't care, but you do care somewhat, but the ultimate goal is to do something to get engagement. So asking someone like, "Hey, have you ever fried your turkey for your Thanksgiving turkey?" and see what people say. You might get a great conversation on there. Now, even as you continue to build engagement and you see it grow, every once in a while you're going to post a post that is a dud, and just don't worry about it. I posted something last week on my personal page and it got 0 likes how do you go from 1,500 likes on a post to 0? I don't really know, but that will happen every once in a while. Just ignore it or delete it and repost it. And that's another point I want to say. Repurpose your content. That's the word we use for it. Repurposing means that if I posted something 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago, that doesn't mean it's gone. Bring those things back up in your feed. So we have our stash of Joel Salatin quotes, and we put those up there every 3 months. We'll repeat them because different people, it's not like your email list, remember, where everyone is getting your emails. Different people are seeing your Facebook page posts, and different people are coming to your Facebook page, and you have new people liking it all the time. So repurpose those things. I have blog posts that I wrote a year ago on turkeys and chickens and pork, and we're reposting those now because we're in the middle of harvest for our chicken, pork, and coming up on turkeys. So we asked for name suggestions on animals. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so good. So a baby cow is born, and ask people, even if you already know what you're going to name it, it's a great opportunity to say, put a picture of this cute little baby girl was just born and we can't figure out what to name her. What does she look like to, get people, they will say all kinds of crazy things. And the point is that not the name, because you already probably have a name picked out maybe, but you've got that interaction. So that's your first focus on here, is build engagement through telling people what to do. Give 10 or 20 or 100 times more than you try to sell something. Make sure you're giving things. Tell them what to do. Have a schedule. Make a variety of things. Make sure your pictures are pretty. Even though they're on a cheap camera or an iPhone. What else? Try new things. Don't worry about, experiment on your Facebook page. So if something's a dud, don't do it. If you find something that works, do it again.
Only post it if it's like, wow.
Yeah. Make sure it is a pretty wow. Don't post a boring thing, because when you get very low engagement, then that affects the things you put up in the future. So if you think to yourself, wow, I just have to get something put up on Facebook today, and I'm not very creative, so I'm putting this boring thing up and it gets no engagement, that will affect the future of your page. So it's better to not put something up if it's boring. Put, I want to see wow on there, a really great picture or quote or something. Okay, Shauna says, I see a lot of businesses doing contest giveaways on their page. Opinions.
It's not going to work if you don't have.
Yeah, you have to have engagement for one, but it can be a way to build engagement. What I used to do, I don't have to do this anymore because we sell everything on our farm. We've been marketing this way for enough years that we're close to, it's easier for us to sell. When I first started, though, a few years ago, I would put on my Facebook page here, maybe a recipe for hamburgers, for instance. It's over on my blog. And I'll say, I've got a new recipe, a blog post today, how to make the perfect hamburger. And if you leave a comment below on your favorite condiment, you'll be entered to win 5 pounds of ground beef, or 3 pounds of ground beef, or even 1 pound of ground beef. And what you're doing is you're building engagement. So every one of those comments counts towards engagement and will help build your Facebook page. So absolutely, give away a dozen eggs. And again, this is it when you're just getting started. Years from now, you will not have to do this anymore. But I give away something that's not going to cost me very much. And I also make sure I say you've got to live within driving distance, because I'm not going to mail you a dozen eggs or mail you a pound of hamburger. Now, the reason I quit doing this later is because random people would quote, and they would be the one who won, and they would never buy anything from me again. I think it's proper etiquette that if I win 3 pounds of hamburger from a store or a farm, I go to that farm, I get my free burger, and then I buy something else. To me, that's common sense etiquette, but people don't do that. However, that wasn't my goal. My goal wasn't to get customers. That sole goal was to build the engagement on our Facebook page. And now we have a very actively engaged Facebook page, and a lot of our signups on our email list come from our Facebook page. So, contest giveaways. That's the way I always did it. Was something that I already had and I could spare. I don't like giving coupons or, $10 off or 15% off or something. Yes, Ferna, yes. Could you require them to come to the farm to pick up their winnings? Absolutely. You can require them to do, it's your contest, your rules. And just make it a little blurb at the end of your contest that says, like a little asterisk, must be picked up at the farm, something like that. That's it. You could almost make it like a timeshare thing, like they have to come and pick up their pound of hamburger and have an orientation too. But that often those people will not become customers, as long as you know that and don't let that frustrate you. But it's a way to build your Facebook engagement. Yes, definitely, Shauna, you've got it. This contest is a way to build engagement for your Facebook page so you can market to those people later because you've got them on your email list. It's not about a contest to get customers to your farm. It doesn't work that way. People buy based on trust, and we spend so much of that, many hours of that on our course, in our courses. That's why people buy. So yes, that's what you're trying to do. Let me see the other questions people have on there. Yeah, Ferna, absolutely. So yes, you could require them to come to the farm to see what you have, but just keep in mind what I just said. That is not a way to get customers. If you're giving away a hamburger, if you're doing a giveaway on Facebook to get customers to your farm, don't do it. That doesn't work. You'll end up losing a lot of money and giving away a lot of product. Your giveaway is to build engagement so that your Facebook posts are shown to more people. They get over to your website, sign up to your email list. What about a contest for people who sign up for email list? I don't Well, your whole goal is to get them on your email list, so you don't need to do the contest now because they're already on the email list. When you get them on your email list, you are giving to them in your emails. So as you've noticed, I don't know, if you guys don't get our farm emails, because why would you? Because you have your own farm and you don't live here, so you can't come by. But my farm emails twice a month, I am giving to my customers. I don't need to have a contest for them because they are getting inspiration, they're getting free recipes, they're getting free how-tos, they're getting all kinds of free stuff. So I don't need to have a contest. Your goal on Facebook, again, is to get them to click and get on your email list already. Now, let's see. I suppose there's one way, Seth or Rainey, I can't tell if, maybe that's two of you. There might be one way you could do this where you could say, if you join our email list during the month of October, everyone who joined will be entered in a drawing to win 5 pounds of hamburger. You can do that. The thing that's going to happen is you're going to get people join your email list to get the hamburger, to win the contest, not because they know or trust you. And then they're going to unsubscribe. It dilutes your numbers. So I would not recommend that. And we go in deep. I have a course coming out in a couple weeks that I wasn't going to talk about until it's ready. It's not quite done, but oh my gosh, it's so valuable. It covers all this stuff that you guys are asking in here too. And so that's a big one. But no, you want people on your list who are genuinely interested in building a relationship with you. They don't know that yet, but they didn't get on there just to win a contest. So I wouldn't really recommend that. And yes, Shauna says that's kind of what the lead magnet does. It gives an incentive. So when you sign up for our email list, you always get something free. Right now it's pork recipes, and it's about to change over to turkey. I change it every quarter, and that's what they get when they sign up. So they're already winning. And then I know they're my type of person. If they're interested in our lead magnet, they are my ideal customer. Okay, good. Seth and Rainey, thank you. I'm glad that helped you. So again, if you pay attention to our blog posts, we talk about a lot of this stuff over and over in our blog posts too. So it's super that you're paying attention, and you're going to learn so much by being here. The other thing is, just because I say something once, or I have a Facebook video once, I want to make sure that you listen to these again. And if I do one in the future, listen again too, because you're learning very surface level things right now, and you're going to learn more and more things from each time you listen. So whenever I take a training, if I take it 5 or even 10 times, I get something out of it each time I take it. So I repurpose my blog posts in here for you guys too. I might rewrite them just a little bit because there are still things in there that someone did not get the first time around. So if we do more Facebook videos in the future, please watch, because we're just touching the tip of the iceberg right now. All right, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I missed. So main point, stop spending money on paid ads until you build lots of engagement. And I think I've given you lots of tips in here on how to build engagement. So keep the questions coming, and I'll pop in and do these live videos. Next week, we're going to do it on Friday again. And if I get a chance, maybe I'll answer some shorter questions earlier in the week too. So thanks everyone. Have a super holiday weekend. Stay safe and don't work too hard. All right. See you later.